Because the annual Medef conference is ending here in Paris today. Medef is France's biggest employers' federation and a major business lobby group as well. Mingling with the business leaders there are senior politicians, including France's finance minister Bruno Le Maire. And also there today is our business editor Stephen Carroll. We can talk to him now. Stephen, Bruno Le Maire was speaking a short while ago today. Tell us a bit about what he's been saying to business leaders.
No major announcements from the French finance minister today, but plenty of, I suppose, details that business leaders will be interested in, particularly when it comes to the winding down of financial support for companies, this massive amount of money that's been pumped into supporting both businesses and workers during the pandemic. Now, a meeting is taking place next Monday, or rather an announcement is expected to be made next Monday on what's going to happen to those aids that we haven't, or those financial supports that we haven't got the full details on what's going to happen to them. What the minister was saying today is that it will be maintained for certain particularly badly affected sectors, things like the culture industry, travel, hospitality. There will be continued supports for those areas, but it will be based on the fact of the losses experienced by those businesses that are back to earning money again, earning money that, you know, a significant level of business will see their government aid being reduced as a result. And that's largely in line with what the Finance Ministry has been saying up to now as well, but it is of great interest to business leaders here. Another major issue that we're expecting to see some movement on is the reform of the unemployment system here in France, a reform that was delayed its implementation because of the pandemic, and the Finance Minister says he is hoping that he wants that to go ahead from the 1st of October. That's also a key demand of the business lobby Medef that's organised this conference as well. Plenty more from Bruno Le Maire too on the situation facing, the economic situation facing France. Of course, things are much better than they had been expected to be a year ago. He pointed out that the warnings of 1 million job losses and a wave of bankruptcies haven't materialised thus far, and their hope is that the French economy will have recovered to its pre-pandemic level by the end of this year.
And Stephen, what's the atmosphere overall among business leaders that you're talking to today? We are 18 months or so into the pandemic, and it may well be a really rather unpredictable couple of months still to come.
There's still a reasonable amount of optimism around here. Now, I have to say, even last year, when we were in a much more uncertain situation, you could still find entrepreneurs who are willing to be optimistic. But at least this time around, most companies have got a system in place for handling, be it remote working or whatever COVID restrictions might apply to their business. There is some concern about things like a lack of workers in key sectors. I was speaking to a man who runs a remote medical company who provides telemedicine to elderly people, and he's saying that they have a difficulty in recruiting now because many of the workers aren't able to produce the health pass that they need because they work with elderly and vulnerable people. So that's an issue that employers are having. More broadly, there are other sectors, for example, like engineering and technology, that have tens of thousands of job vacancies that need to be filled. There are also global issues facing French companies too, like shortages of raw materials and delays in the supply chain, which are related to COVID-19 too, but affecting companies all over the world. Generally speaking, most companies say that they kind of feel like things are going to be pretty safe for the next few months, barring, of course, any major changes with the virus, which could upset many business operations again.
Stephen Carroll for us there at the Medef conference. Thank you very much indeed.